What is up, my dudes? Cheap bastard talking to ya, and in today's video I'm going to test this GTX 1063GB because if you remember my GTX 1650 video, in some cases it was bottlenecked even by 4GB of VRAM, so it will be very interesting to see how this bad boy holds up. Take a look at my test system specs. And before you slap me with a bag of chips, because this intro is too long, let's just jump into the benchmarks. And the first game tested today was Red Dead Redemption 2, and the thing that I was afraid of happened. No, not this one. This one. On medium settings 1080p, this GPU couldn't get close to the 60 FPS mark, so I lowered the settings to the absolute minimum and got these results on 1080p Ultra settings, despite the game looking worse than 2007 Assassin's Creed. Let's move on to the game where this is considered as a normal thing, Metro Exodus. And here I was pleasantly surprised by these FPS figures on 1080p Ultra settings. And did someone wonder how Valorant runs on 1440p Ultra settings with this system? If the answer is yes, then here are the results. And if no, then
nothing in life really matters.
And on medium settings 1080p, the results weren't that different cause on esports games the CPU is the only thing that matters. On Overwatch, I was blown away by the fact that a CPU also plays a huge role here, cause on 1080p Ultra settings I got these insane results that I couldn't even pull with GTX 1080 and a weaker CPU. My knowledge of R6 tactics is like this guy's defense in war. The spirit is there, but the execution is not the best. So on Ultra settings with everything maxed out, I got these results, and on high settings where VRAM was not an issue, I got basically the same results. Okay, now, quick question. How many times have you heard that CSGO was bottlenecked by a GPU? I certainly haven't. After recent updates, I can't run MSI Afterburner on the game, so instead I'll show you the average FPS figures that I got from the benchmark map on different presets. Here they are. And this CPU that I'm using is so powerful that it bottlenecked only on low settings. I'm super impressed, I gotta say. On Fortnight I went fishing, like most of us guys do. And on epic settings the gameplay was a bit too choppy, so I dropped the settings to high and the game became crystal smooth. I got these benchmark results. Moving on to GTA 5, I took this totally not a 2007 Audi Q7 and got these amazing results on Ultra settings with advanced shadows off just because of this insanely powerful i7. But instead of getting these insane results, I wish I could pull a trick this cool under intense circumstances. But that probably won't ever happen. And on this rainy day in Need for Speed Heat, I took this massive truck and went on an adventure. I got these benchmark results on 1080p high and these on 1080p low, although I would prefer playing on high settings. And last but not least, Call of Duty Warzone. And here I got these benchmark results on 1080p low while I was observing the SpongeBob wannabe. To conclude, if you have a powerful CPU, this GPU is still pretty good, especially if you can hunt one for 80 euros like I did. Subscribe to communicate with your dog. And don't forget to stay cheap, my dudes. Cheap bastard out.
You have to trust us. I'm gonna count to 3. Just relax and fall. Okay? 1, 2, 3. No!